All right, everybody, you know what's up. It's time for another short, and we are again talking about the few things that we talk about because of the few things that matter, and that is the law. And you have modern churchianity / Paulianity trying to say that the law was done away with, as in God's own law, the Torah, which in and of itself should immediately make anybody who is read even a little immediately tell that church / pastor or whoever that they don't know what they're talking about, because what does it also say? The Lord doesn't change, even though that's another video for another day. But why would the Lord throw out his own law, his own perfect law, when we were the ones who couldn't do it? That's why there's a renewed covenant. For, like Paul says, for if there was no fault with the old one, there wouldn't be, for a renewed one. The fault wasn't with the covenant, it was with the people. If you keep reading, the people, us, who couldn't keep the covenant. Anyway, here we are. And the Pharisees, this is Mark 7. Proof that the law that was nailed to the stake with Yeshua was dogma, men's law, the Pharisees' law, the law that they used to control people, just like today. I mean, there was people in positions of power that twist and contort things to control people for their own gain. There's no different. People have not changed, so this is not like this is hard to see or be like to understand. There's no different than today in the criminal, power-hungry politicians and people of today. And the Pharisees and some of the scribes assembled to him, having come from Jerusalem. And seeing some of his taught ones eat bread with defiled, that is, unwashed hands, they found fault. But the Pharisees and all the Yehudim did not eat unless they washed their hands thoroughly, holding fast to the tradition of the elders. And coming from the marketplace, they did not eat unless they wash. And there are many other traditions, their men's laws, which they have received and hold fast: the washing of cups and utensils and copper vessels and couches. Yes, for some reason they washed their couches. And the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, why do your taught ones not walk according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? Funny enough, too, this is, it's more detailed in Matthew, but this is also why some people in the church will try to say that Leviticus 11 is no longer with us, and that you can eat anything you want, because this is where, Yeshua will say it's not what goes into a man, but what comes out of him that defiles him. But obviously, they don't give you those quotes in context. Context is they're talking about hand washing and the law of tradition of men. Not food. The food does not change. You still can't eat what you can't eat. And he answering said to them, well, did Jeremiah prophesy concerning you hypocrites, as it has been written, this people respect me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And in vain they do worship me, teaching as teachings the command of men. So teaching as to pretend that their teachings are God's teachings to men. That's what that means. Forsaking the command of Elohim, you hold fast to the traditions of men. So these Pharisees who want control and power, teaching their own traditions first and foremost instead of the Lord's traditions. Well, and he said to them, well, do you set aside the command of Elohim in order to guard your tradition? Calling them right out. So there's when you put all this together in context and you read the whole story, unlike what the church does, you see the truth of the situation. The law was not done away with, not Elohim's law, his law. Man's law sure as heck was, because the Yehudim and the Pharisees back then, what were they doing? They were doing specifically what Elohim has expressly told us not to do, and that is add or take away from his word. Because we cannot do it perfectly like he did. So again, here's more tidbits to help, I know I keep pounding on this, but it's crucial that you understand that the Lord's law was not done away with, because otherwise you're not following his law. And that's not acceptable. And also that it's crucial and fundamental that no works do not get you. Can work your way into the Lord's Elohim's favor. It's grace. But after that, you bet your butt you best have some works. And you'd want to. It's not like it's even a chore. Like, think about when you first, I know I said this before, but when you first started dating someone or like someone, and you really love them, you just want to do everything for them, and you just, that's what it should be like. It's not like works isn't a chore. It's works as in, I want to do this. I can't wait to do something for Elohim. So, there you go. Peace out, y'all.